finishing up this rainbow coaster set for our website and thought I'd make a video for you guys showing you how to do the pattern. This is it in a solid, and this is it in the multi acrylic. These are going to be cotton acrylic. The reason why I love this pattern is because it just turns out so flat, so there's no wobbling on the stitches when you put your cup down on it, which makes it really nice. I came up with it on accident, and now I want you to have it. So let's get started. This is all medium 4 worsted weight yarn. Both of them are. I'm using the 5.5mm hook, and then you're gonna need scissors and a yarn needle, and that's pretty much it. You can do whatever colors you want. Start off your pattern with your magic circle. You have the chain 1 to tighten it, and then you're going to be doing a double crochet for the first one, just like normal. Now for the rest of it, we're going to be doing a linked double crochet. So this is the double crochet right here. Let me pull this out so I can show you where you're going to put your hook in. So instead of yarning over like you normally would on the double crochet, you're actually going to stick your hook into this slip right here. It'll look easier on the next stitches, but for this one you're going to put it right there, and I'll show you again on the other ones. So you stick your hook in right there, yarn over, pull up a loop. So that's your yarn over. Now you're going to put your hook into the magic circle, yarn over, pull up a loop. So this is just like your regular double crochet for the rest. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So this one's going to be easier to see which line you're putting it in, so let me show you again. So we're making these like little horizontal lines right here, and you're going to stick your hook right into that horizontal line. And that's where you're going to pull up a loop instead of doing your yarn over. Alright, so put your hook in, pull up a loop. Put your hook in the magic circle, pull up a loop. Pull through 2 loops. Pull through 2 loops. And there's 3, this is called a linked double crochet. So you're going to keep repeating that until you get 12 linked double crochets. But on the 12th one, I'm going to show you how to join so that you can keep this line going. Alright, so I just got to the 11th one. You can count them easily by counting the little dashes. And I'm going to pull it somewhat tight. So it's like this. Now, if you just do a 12th one and slip stitch to join, it leaves a gap in between them, and I find it looks funny. So what I do to do the linked is I start it just like normal for the 12th one, pull up a loop, yarn over, go into that magic circle. Now instead of finishing your 12th one, you're going to pull that out, but keep this loop going, and then you're going to actually stick your hook into that first horizontal thing there. I find on this first one especially, to make sure this loop stays, I just drop my tension yarn because I like to pull it out on the first one. And then just put your hook through that horizontal line, and then take this loop and put it on your hook. Then I grab my tension again, and now I'm going to slip stitch this into this one, into the horizontal stitch, like that. Then I'm going to take this loop and slip stitch it into this first loop on your hook, And there, that brings them together. Now I'm going to yarn over and finish off the double crochet by pulling my loop through the 2 loops on my hook. So here's this. Now technically, this right here, let me show you here. This right here is your first double crochet, but to make it seamless and see it slips down like this, is we're actually going to skip it and slip stitch into the second one to complete the row. You want this to be kind of flat. If you tuck it too tight like this, it'll make a ridge on the back, and we don't want that. So make sure to keep it a little loose. So stick your hook in the second one, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then slip stitch. So that evens it out for your first one. All right, now chain 1, and you should have 12 stitches. So for this row, we're going to simply increase each stitch. So you'll have 24 linked double crochets at the end. On the 24th one, you're going to do just what I did, and I'll show you exactly how to do it for the second one, since it's not going into the magic circle. So start off by doing a regular double crochet in your first stitch. Insert your hook into that middle bar, pull up a loop, insert your hook straight back into the same stitch you were just working on, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2. So there is a linked double crochet increase. For the next one, just going to insert your hook into that horizontal bar, pull up a loop, go into the next stitch, yarn over, and keep going around, and I will meet you at the 24th stitch to show you how to join the second row. All right, that completes the 23rd stitch. So for the 24th stitch, go ahead and put your hook back into the horizontal bar, pull up a loop. Then you're going to put your hook back into that same stitch and pull up a loop. Take your hook out of that loop, drop your working yarn, and we are putting our hook just like before into this first stitch right here. Then put that loose loop back into it, slip stitch through the horizontal bar, slip stitch through the first loop on your hook, and make sure it's sitting nice. There we go. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now again, this one right here is your first stitch. And see how it's low like that? Go ahead and skip it, and then you're going to slip stitch to join into the second stitch. This also brings the starting stitch around a little bit, so it makes it even more round, which is what we want, round coasters. All right, now for the third row, chain 1, start with a double crochet, link it. We're going to go into the next stitch for this one, so it's going to be link double crochet, increase, link double crochet. So go into the next one, and this one will be an increase. I'd be curious how you all keep track of this. Like, do you say in your head, you know, like count, or do you go linked, increase, linked, increase, linked, increase? I personally say 1, 2, 3, and that's how I keep track of it in my head. So we got 1 link, and and then on 2 and 3 I increase into the same stitch. 2, 3. And then you just repeat that around, and it should be 36 stitches on this one, and I will meet you after the 35th stitch. So your 35th stitch should be on the very last one, and then you'll increase your 36th stitch into the same stitch. It's going to be the same as the last row. Pull up a loop, go into that same stitch, pull up a loop, drop your yarn tension, put your hook into the first one, put your loose loop on your hook, let me get my yarn here, slip stitch, slip stitch, yarn over, pull through. This is the first one right here. We're going to skip that and go into the second one. And there's that. Now this is where we're going to do a color change for these ones. If you're not doing a color change, don't worry about this part. So I'm going to grab my rainbow yarn here, find the end. To change your yarn color, you're going to stick your hook into the back loop only. So that's the front loop. This is the back loop. So only put your hook into this back loop. Okay, and then grab your next color and pull it through and pull it through. And then the second one you're going to pull tight. It's kind of a weird way to join, but I want it to be nice and seamless, and that's the way I found to do it. Now we're going to do 1 single crochet back loop only. There's your first one. Now this pattern is going to go single crochet, increase. So single crochet, and they're all back loop only. Single crochet, and then the increase single crochet. So 2 single crochets in the same back loop. Like that. One more time. Single crochet, single crochet, increase. And that's going to do that. If you don't know how to do a single crochet, I guess I can show you real quick. You don't yarn over, you just put your loop in the back loop, pull up, pull through. I actually think I have a video on this. I'm going to go ahead and chapter it up above. That'll be easier. And I'll meet you guys around at the end to show you how to finish it. Alright, when we've worked that all the way around and you're on your last set, you have your last 3 right here. Do not increase on the last one because it makes a little bit of a bump. So I just don't. Now we're going to do an invisible join for this. So to do that, slip stitch into your first single crochet, just like that. Then cut a decent sized tail. I guess I can cut all this too. I just got a decent sized tail, and then pull it through. Now we're going to get our yarn needle. So this is where you pulled through. You want to make sure that it's not super tight. This one that's kind of loose is going to actually go over this one. yarn, our needle, yarn our needle, is that right? I don't know. All right, so that one's going over this one. Then we're gonna skip the next one. And then starting from this is the right side, this is the wrong side. So starting from the wrong side, we're gonna put our hook in, sorry, skip that one. Put our hook in to the loops on the next one. Pull it all the way through. And then back into that one that I told you not to make too tight. You're going to go into the center of it, right here. So into the back loop, but going from the center towards the wrong side. And there you go, it's replaced that and it makes a perfect circle. Then you're just going to tie in your ends. When you get to the center end, you want it to be a little bit snug, but there is a little hole in the middle in this pattern because that's the way I wanted it. This is going to go right here in my little round circle thing.